Happy Monday, Sooner Nation. Welcome to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. It's the 9:30 nightly live show from the Sooner Surge. And welcome all you Surgeaholics and those who may not claim to be Surgeaholics, but I think you are. Welcome to the show. Oklahoma, Alabama, speak to the media today. You hear from BV, you hear from Kalen DeBoer, you hear from Ben Arbuckle and company. You get some practice footage and talk. So, Jay, we kind of already hit on some of this last night, but I guess just thoughts on anything from today, Jay.
I tell you, really enjoyed BV's press conference today. Thought it was. I think it's, we've talked about old BV a little bit. I know we've talked about that this year. He seems like he's got an edge about him, and I think it's his team. I think he really likes what he's got with this team, specifically defensively, but just all around as a whole. And I liked what I heard. I didn't get to hear much of Arbuckle, so I don't know a whole lot on what he said today. But you know what? It sounds like OU's got the right mindset. But like Brent Venables did say today, and this is what we've talked about as well, is the margin of error is very slim, and you can lose games just as well as you can win. So the margin of error is thin. You got to play well. They have to play better than they played last time against Alabama, specifically offense, if they want to win.
Yeah, I want to get to two things. One, I didn't see Heather Dinich's comments, but I'll say this.
Say that she had him in the playoff. What are people talking about?
Let me say this about this. This happens every year. Teams that make the playoff and people think they shouldn't, and then those teams end up losing. People say, "Told you they shouldn't have made the playoff." Guys, OU should be in the playoff, and if they lose, it doesn't change that. This is going to be a game that's going to be won because of plays that are made or lost because plays weren't made. Period. End of story. And hey, Sooner fan, I see this, and honestly, I was a little bit. I think it's something we got to talk about just because there's been so much talk.
No need.
Oh, okay. I won't then.
You can talk about it. I don't care.
I'll say it right now. I'll be ticked off if Javvante Barnes plays.
I don't think he's going to play, but remains to be seen. Josh, appreciate the Superman. Appreciate it. Says Boomer. That is all, fellas. Can't wait for Friday. Germ, I saw on Twitter tonight, a couple of national people said, Friday night, I'll be in Norman. Give me some place to hit up. People, this place is going to be electric. Only game in town. I cannot wait till Friday. I cannot wait 4 more days, man.
Hey, now, Ben, I agree. Probably overall, Barnes is the healthiest. I guess this is where I stand on the Barnes.
Yeah, thing. Let's just talk about it. I know.
Let's just talk about it. Here's where Jeremy stands on the Barnes thing. I commend Javvante Barnes all the way through this season, up to the season, for his loyalty to the team. He could have left last year, could have left the year before he did. He hasn't been electric as a running back. He was known this year to be their lead pass blocker, okay? Picking up blitzes, which is valuable. I don't want to diminish that. Here's where I stand with him. If he went to the staff and said, look, I want a red shirt. I want to play somewhere else next year. I want to save a year of eligibility and play somewhere else next year. Then I have a problem playing him right now because they've been banged up and he could have went in, but selfishly he wanted to save a year. I get that. Now, if he were to say, I want a red shirt, but I'm coming back to OU next year, I'm fine playing him.
Here's my.
How do we know he's transferring?
No, I think that's what I was getting ready to say is nobody really knows what's going on in the locker room. If the players are fine with it, I'm fine with it. I'll say that right now. But I will say this. The one caveat I have that would be a little bit worrisome for me, and this is an outside point of view as a fan that have never been to practice, never been in the locker room, so I don't know. But OU's been fighting for a playoff lives for the last 4 weeks with injured running backs. I see Kyle's comments of what I've read. X and Blaylock are still not 100%. They haven't been 100% for 3 weeks, and Barnes didn't play at all. And that was try to get in the playoff. So I just don't understand the difference. If they played then, they've had 3 weeks off. Why wouldn't they play now? Did they get hurt worse?
I don't know. And hey, again, I'm okay with.
I like Barnes person. I've always
liked Barnes. I like him, Jay. I think he's a loyal dude. Ball security, he's been pretty good.
And is this a fair statement from Jen? I think she's right. I want to win. If he helps, then. But I think it would be
as long as it's not a chemistry issue with
that's
decision.
My thing. That's my thing. How does the locker room
as long as there's not a locker room dissent because he's playing, guys could be like, we could have used him earlier this year and he didn't want to play. Now all of a sudden it won't affect his red shirt and he'll play. Like there could be guys who have a problem with that.
Well, when you have guys like that have busted their butt through injuries this year, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a
I agree, 918. I agree with you.
I got a stat, Germ. OU defense was ranked number 1 in the SEC. How many points did they give up for allowed per game? 13.67. Okay. The best year in the last 9 to 10 years they had was 21.5, which was last year. That is a massive jump from last year. You're talking 8 points a game. If this defense allowed 21.5 this year, they'd probably be 6-6.
Correct.
That's crazy, man.
Correct. And cutting 8 points off your total is like a 338 miler running a 3-minute mile.
It's huge.
It's a huge
That's
thing.
How good they've been on defense, man. And for anyone that says they don't deserve to be in the playoff, number 1 in the SEC in defense, not only did it lead the SEC this year, lowest number the conference has seen in the last 4 years. Pretty good.
Hey, and Wes, that has been talked about. I guarantee you that's in the locker room. Hey, Jay, I'll have to tell you something. I'll have to tell you. Well, I got to debate where I can say it on here. I got to tell you.
What do you got, Germ?
No, I got to tell you something later that I heard today.
Are you doing that? Like, come on now.
I'll just say this.
Pretty good.
I'll just say this, Jay. The linebackers, they're ready. The linebackers are ready for this game.
Yeah, they're not happy.
It was their worst game of the year. They are so ready for this game.
Yeah, where'd you hear that?
I'm not going to reveal anything. I'm saying they're ready for this game.
Yeah.
I think they felt like the game against Bama. You go back and look at the game, Jay. Ryan Williams didn't hurt OU. Heck, Jeremy Bernard didn't really hurt OU. Horton didn't hurt OU. It was Cuevas all day long.
Yeah. And
now, hey, Jan Miller's going to be back, it looks like.
Yeah, but Germ, their other running back, Hill, is injured. And he the guy that you think's better?
I think Hill's better. He can't pass block. Jan Miller's a better pass protector.
Hey, I have not revealed what I was going to say because I'm not revealing it until one thing happens first, and then I'll reveal it, okay? In time, it'll be revealed, okay? Brent Venables about to enslave Alabama. Man, I promise, listen, when we get off here, go watch Brent Venables' interview if you haven't, the presser. There's about a 4-minute clip. You can find it on Twitter. That was just outstanding life advice from Brent Venables, not just football advice. It was great. Great stuff. Germ going to pass out some whooping for Christmas in that hat to Bama. That's right. Ron, that's okay, man. Save it for when time is right.
If Ron's speechless, that's about as miraculous as me being speechless.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Jay, let's talk about Arbuckle, because Arbuckle said some things that were blah. All coach speak, pretty much expected it. Now, there was a comment from BV. Did you see it, Jay, where it said basically he likes how the offense has tackled the last 3 weeks as far as their approach, that they've been doing some things and it's not been against scout team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see what happens on Friday night offensively with Arbuckle. See what game plan he's got out there.
And I went and watched the OU DNA like you told me to, Jay. Guys.
Well, Monty, real quick. Monty, no, I wouldn't.
No. Hey, Jay
Personally,
and everyone in the chat. I would really, and I'm not. I put this in the Discord last night. I'm not like overly biased at all when it comes to, because I've ripped coaches for coach speak at OU all the time. I've seen Lincoln Riley locker room speeches and there's nothing to them. I even saw some with Bob Stoops, and now maybe they weren't the in your face stuff. Now he did do some of that, but I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't see how you could be in a locker room with Brent Venables leading it and not have your hair standing on end and ready to go out there and just hammer someone, Jay. If anyone wants to question like his motivational tactics, I just don't think you can. I don't think there's anyone in the game. I'll give you another name who I would compare right now to him, Dan Lanning.
Lanning.
I think Lanning and BV are great at the locker room stuff, man. It's so good.
Yeah, man. What was I going to say? Let me see if I can find the comment. Sorry.
And I don't think Kalen DeBoer is that, Jay.
Well, different styles. They're different styles, man.
That's why I said he's not that.
But you also got Dan Lanning and BV are defensive guys.
Well, you can be an offensive guy and still have a swagger and all that.
So one thing I want to talk about, it's pretty clear to me, okay, that last week you had Jim Nagy on Oklahoma Breakdown. He threw it in there kind of like underneath he brought up the music being played. He kind of put it in there a little bit, said, I wish they'd play what we were playing in our recruiting playlist and not, he goes, not that whatever shout song they played, something like that. And then you've had players giving their inputs of what needs to be played at the game. It's pretty clear after the last few home games that they want Friday night to be different. Musically, all of it. It needs to be a better atmosphere. And I think that's great. And I love Taylor Wine's answer, though. He said, I'm not a DJ. I'm here to play football. And I love that answer. But the media department needs to get it right. This is a game. It's in prime time. It's in night. That means when the touchdown is scored, lights go off. And then they do the flashing lights. It needs to be freaking electric with the music, all of it.
Oh, Chuck, it's the best version of BV that you can have. And to me, not only does it make OU fans' hair stand on end, it makes opposing offenses stand on end too. They're scared.
But Chuck, what I really loved about his answer to it, this was my favorite thing of the answer, is he does put that back up there. I was trying to read it. What I loved about it was he didn't only say, I'm basically keeping receipts, but he said, you media, you have a job to do. And if we're not playing well, yes, you got to write about it. He takes ownership when it's not good, but he also takes note of it and say, when we get back to the top, I got receipts for you guys. So I love it. It's the best.
Did he say that today?
Oh, yeah. Go watch it, man. It was a really good interview today.
Where was this on his regular presser?
Yes, he was. That's why I said the 4-minute answer is about, you've had ups and downs. You came in, now you're getting closer to the mountaintop. What do you have to say about it? I mean, it was a great 4-minute answer.
Well, Jay, he said it in the locker room, even on the OU DNA stuff. Every locker room speech he gives, I've never seen anything so, like, the guy's got so many one-liners, it just makes you like, oh my gosh, this guy's insane.
Yeah, and Playmaker 6, BV, because I'm good at it, he's proved it and keeps proving it. Playmaker is a member. I don't remember when Playmaker joined, but welcome aboard, Playmaker 6. Thanks for joining us, man.
AMAC. There is zero question on whether or not OU is going to be motivated and ready. First off, let's get one thing very straight and make it very crystal clear. If you need a coach to fire you up Friday night, you got major issues. If you need a football coach to go to a locker room and fire you up, you got major issues. However, with that being said, a guy like BV is going to have even more electricity. Like it's and the other thing is, you heard Kip Lewis. I think it was Kip. No, it's Owen Heineke. They focused on things that they need to be better on, and then some other things that, like to me, they went and watched that tape on how they're going to attack Bama, and they're going to hone in on everything. They're going to know. I think Bama's going to have to throw some curveballs at him, Jay. They're going to have to. It's going to be a chess match.
It's going to be a chess match. It's going to be a close game, I think. I think this game's going to be in the fourth quarter, and you'll see what happens. That's what usually happens with Oklahoma football the last few weeks. It's a tight game. It's going to be that way. I'm going to do a hot take right here tonight. 15:46 into this show. You ready for this? I mean, get ready, because I'm not taking it back. I haven't picked a score. I'm not taking it back. If OU wins Friday night, you might as well book your flights. They're going to be the national championship game. I'm booking it. If they beat Alabama,
I'm with you, Jay. I'll get right on board that hot take.
That's my hot take. If they beat Bama, I think they're going all the way to the championship. I'm not going to say they're going to win it, but I do think they make it. That's just I have a feeling if they can win Friday, I think they might. I know, Jay, Jay, I get it. But
last night, the reason
hey, they got to win Friday first.
Got to win Friday first.
That's not a given. I just think, listen, I think after Friday, if you win, you get out of the conference mindset play, and you're playing. And I think they can beat Indiana, and then Oregon or Tech. I mean, I think they can win against those teams.
Hey, what we said last night, Jay, Indiana's coming off the biggest win in their school's history, Big Ten championship, the first Heisman Trophy in the school's history. They're on cloud 9, and I agree, Ron. Like, play it. The more BV you can pipe into the system, it's insane.
I saw something today. I think it was on the Ref Twitter. They said, "What previous OU football player would you want to do a pregame?"
Oh, I saw this
pregame speech before the game. You know what my answer to that is? None. None. This group doesn't need that. They got BV because plenty of pregame speech. Great. So just go with it.
But Todd Bates was great too, Jay.
Hey, I'm Fit Trader. I'm glad you did change this. I'm glad you brought this up. 918 mentioned earlier, the amount of people already entering the portal, specifically quarterbacks, is wild. You had Lagway, you had Sorsby, which Fit Trader mentions here. You had a few others. Sorsby, really good fit for Tech, and I bet Tech goes in heavy after him. Here's my thing, though. I am not sold on him. There's a lot of people that are. I'm
not either, Jay.
You know, to me,
I got a name for you
right now.
Who's the best I'm going to compare him to?
Hey, real quick, right now, who's the best quarterback in the portal of the ones that have entered?
DJ Lagway.
Would you say Lagway, Levitt, Sorsby out of those three, and then Raiola?
I would say Lagway and Levitt are a push, and then Sorsby's behind them.
Yeah, and then Raiola's down.
I'm not sold on Raiola. His footwork. Hey, Jay,
and the guy that entered the portal for the 7th time. And Raiola did it in high school. To me, isn't that a red flag? If you see him entering that many times.
Yeah, and Jay, I've got a comparison.
Johnson, let's go. Good to see you on here, man.
People are talking about Sorsby and stuff. I got a great comparison. A guy who people were all in on, and he flopped. I'm not talking about John Mateer. I'm talking about Caden Salter.
Where's he at? Colorado?
Yeah, he couldn't even play there. He got benched, dude. He was terrible.
Yeah, he was. But
you remember the talk of him out of Liberty, Jay?
Yeah, but he was at Liberty.
But I compare it to this guy, Jay. Oh, look at the comparison. Okay, you go from Zach Alley and Ted Roof to Wes Goodwin and Nate Dreiling.
And Mass, that's my point. What you put at the end of that, I think you're absolutely right, and I think BV owns it. I think he takes ownership on it.
Hey, now wait, 918. I have not been on StubHub in 4 days, but when I got on there 4 days ago, there are tickets available, but they're all outrageous, like $460. Like, it's people have those tickets and they're just trying to make mega money on them.
Yeah, they're going to go if they don't make money, probably.
Or lower them to where someone else gets them.
And this is true, Fit Traders. Sometimes they flop, and sometimes a change of scenery is good. There's been guys that have switched places and played really well. And maybe
it is sold out.
Maybe I haven't watched enough of Sorsby, to be honest. I think he's good. I don't know if he's great.
Hey,
you know who I compare him to? And he won a national championship. Will Howard.
J.J. McCarthy.
Will Howard.
Oh, Will Howard. Hey, 918. Not 918. Chuck, it is sold out. But every ticket's accounted for, but you can still sell them to someone else.
Man, 918 might be there, dude. That'd be sick. 918.
Oh, $200. Here's my issue, Jay. If I go, I got to buy 3 together.
Yeah. You
I got to take my 2 oldest kids. I can't.
Yeah, you can't leave your boys not going. That'd be kind of rude.
I mean, we went to the Western Conference Finals game 1, spur of the moment, and we were able to get 3 tickets. So we're going to check, but it just depends on us, Jay.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting. I think they're getting a transfer from North Texas, where he's going. I think he's going to OSU.
Playmaker who joined tonight as part of our channel, it looks like.
Now look at this comment. It's a great
flop. A flop. We ought to know a little about that.
Well, look at the way he spelled the I. It's just so good. What a comment.
Well, yeah, Jay.
It's a good comment. By the way, Nick Anderson, Bauer Sharp, they weren't good gets when OU got him. And then when they left and went somewhere else, they didn't perform either. And did you see who entered the portal today? I could not believe he's still playing college football. And maybe it's just he used to play at OU. Cody Jackson.
Yeah.
Wide receiver. He's at Tarleton State. He's had good numbers, apparently.
Hey, Sooner fan. All I said was Jaden Ott's he's gonna be in a big role at some point. And he was against LSU. They scored on the play he came in. So
Mark, sign me up.
I don't think he'll play any this Friday night.
Sign me up for Brody. That's who you're talking about. I really like his game, but
hey, Sooner in Seattle. You're saying imagine if it had been Notre Dame. I'm not sure the ticket price. To me, Bama's a bigger draw than Notre Dame for a lot of people.
I think Notre Dame's more.
I don't, Jason.
I don't think the.
No, I don't agree with you here, Jason.
Well, I don't think the ticket would have been much more expensive. I think. I did watch this, Crystal, and I think he's right. Like when he misses arm side, if you're throwing it at the wrong hash, it ends up being you're better off on the other side. I understand what he's saying. I get it. I really understood it. $1 million for the tight end out of Tulsa, people are saying. Is that true?
No, surely not.
That's what people are saying. There's been multiple people saying in here.
Boom Tutties has a trivia. We'll have to hear that.
Boom Tutties. You do the trivia question tonight, bro. When we ask
Boom Tutties will bring the trivia tonight.
Yeah.
When we announce trivia, Boom Tutties, you be on here ready to rock and roll. Hey, how much do schools get in the first round? Isn't it 20 grand?
20 million.
Yeah, I mean 20 million. I said 20 grand. 20 million.
20 million for making the playoff.
From making the playoff.
If I remember right. I believe so.
Now, I want to talk about Arbuckle because Arbuckle spoke to the media too for a bit today. He made a comment, I'm paraphrasing. It said, we spent a lot of time focusing on some things that we've been able to do well and then developing some of the other things.
Yeah, hey, real quick. I think that's what we were saying. Obviously, the school doesn't get
it's 20 million, yes.
We were talking about Notre Dame. Notre Dame gets 20
5 SEC schools.
Yeah, Notre Dame gets a full 20 million. That was where I was kind of
if they made it, but they didn't.
Yeah, last year they got full 20 million. They're not in the conference, so
yeah.
I'm sorry. I just don't believe
no tight end's getting $1 million, guys. No tight end in the country is getting $1 million.
I just have a tough time believing a tight end from Tulsa is going to get $1 million. Now, maybe I'm dead wrong. Okay. That just seems like a lot of money.
Yes. Hey, we're going to open the phone lines, guys. Check out the Fan Stop, thefanstop.com. Sign up for the OU Shirt of the Month Club or Tennis Girl. You're a Bama fan. Sign up for the Alabama Shirt of the Month Club. It's a new design each and every month. It's free shipping to your house. Okay, you can pick the package you like best. Some come with long sleeve shirts. Some come with hoodies, a hoodie package. Get on thefanstop.com and find your team's Shirt of the Month. You can even use Mary Surge 25 and get 20% off your first 3 months. Also, get on there. They have a Sooner Surge hat, a ball cap, as well as a Sooner Surge t-shirt. You can support our channel by ordering that.
Hey, real quick, I want to say something about Brody. He's really good tight end. Might be the best one in the portal. I think he's really good. I just is that the going rate for? I mean, $1 million? Is that really the going rate for a tight end? Maybe I'm wrong. It just seems a little high. Now, Michael says it's not 20 million for round one. It's 20 million for making the playoff, isn't it? I thought it was in general.
I thought it was for making the playoff.
Yeah, maybe I'm mistaken on that. Foley, is it Brody Foley?
Yes.
Yeah, we got caller on the line already. Looks like we got John. What's up, John? How are you tonight?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing
So
good, man.
just about the offense, it's and what to expect from them, and looking back, it's really frustrating because they've actually been able to get explosive plays. They just can't continue drives. They'll get like a big chunk play, and then the very next drive, they'll go 3 and out. I think the big short yardage conversion, particularly at midfield, has been terrible this year. You guys still there?
Yeah, you cut out for a minute. You said something about
there?
midfield. I think what you were saying is from
Something about midfield.
Middle of the field, it's been bad.
No, our short yardage, our short yardage. I said our short yardage conversion has been awful this season, particularly at midfield. That's where the drives just stall out, and it's either we get stuffed on a run or we're throwing like a deep out route, trying to drop it into a bucket when we got someone right in the middle of the field wide open for like a 7-8 yard pickup.
Yeah, and Brent Venable or Arbuckle did talk about it today, and he said that they need to be that Mateer needs to take the easy layups.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that deep out route, he tried to throw to Satania on 3rd and 2. When, by the way, we have no intention of going for it on 4th down. You got to remember that. You're taking a chance like that on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 when you're just going to punt if you don't get it. And he tried that to Satania, but he had a guy running across the middle of the field with no one around him. He could have it was like a simple pitch and catch, and he just tried to drop it into a bucket at the 10-yard line instead.
Well, John, one of the biggest issues I have with Mateer, I can count on one hand how many times he's pump faked or looked off a receiver. It's not very much, and that's why he gets batted balls. Like if he'd look at the slant and pump, he just, and I think it's because he doesn't trust that he can stay in the pocket long enough. He needs to figure it out.
Yeah, totally. And he just needs to settle down and take the layups. And he did a little bit better job staying in the pocket in the last game, but he was still, But then he starts trying to, I don't get, he just like that one play. I think it was a Missouri game where he missed a tight end. All he had to do was lay it up around the guy's head. The guy was wide open for 5 yards, and then instead he Brett Favre's it and slings it low into the left. It's like, I couldn't believe that. But anyways,
to me, John, he tries to make every play look like a highlight reel when he doesn't need to. Just play the game.
Yeah, he's trying to do too much. I think that's the crux of it. He's just trying to do too much, and I don't know. I don't know how you fix that, but hopefully they can get it together. But all right, guys.
Appreciate the call.
You got it. You too. See you.
Jay, what did Johnson get ripped on? Can't hear you.
About Mateer being average.
Yeah, he did that game.
Crystal says everybody owes him an apology. Hey, Hunter sent me this, so I'm going to read it because we were talking about it, and I know Michael was putting in there about the money, how they divvy it out this year. It changed. It's not just it's by round. So Hunter texted me this: $4 million for each of the 12 teams that made the college football playoff. $4 million for each of the 8 teams that make the college football quarterfinals. So that's $8 million. $6 million for each of the 4 teams that make the semifinals, and another $6 million for each of the 2 teams.
Total of 20.
So playoff receives $3 million to cover expenses for each round. Each team will participate. So that's kind of, he sent me the breakdown, but I know Michael was putting it in there too. So I had missed, I guess, in the off season. So
now I noticed this, Jay. We didn't talk about this. I didn't talk about this, you and Hunter. I didn't see the black wrap on it either.
No, apparently he wasn't wearing it today. But you know what? Has the media seen him practice in the last 3-4 weeks? So I mean, I don't know.
The last time he played a game, Jay wore it.
But has he been wearing it in practice? Nobody knows.
Why would he wear it in practice and not? I mean, that doesn't make sense. And hey, yes, I saw the tripping of. There are people who are making a big.
Why would he wear it in practice? You don't get hit in practice.
Jay, he's throwing the ball every play. He would be wearing it at practice, bud. That's a bad take.
Well, it's always a bad take if I say it.
Get Platone on here.
It's always a bad take.
Now, Chuck thinks OU's going to run the ball really well. I'd like to see it. I don't think Michael is going to play. I'm just telling you right now. He was blocking air today. I don't think he's going to play. Now, I did see that comment about Foje playing some center.
Yeah, they tried him out just to make sure he could do it.
Okay, we've got to talk about this.
I just don't see that at all.
It sounds like Sexton's available, but I don't know if I risk that.
Hey, I've seen other people saying this, and here's my answer to that. Why would he play when he hasn't played all year?
Correct.
Foje's not injured. Why wouldn't you play Foje? He's been in the rough and tough SEC for the last 5 weeks playing. Why would you pull him and put Sexton in now?
No idea.
I just don't understand the reasoning behind that.
Yeah.
Like, Sexton might be healthy. He hasn't played in ever.
Oh, I know.
So why would he play in the most important game of your season?
Yeah, I to me.
No, wait.
To me, there's no regret.
Right tackle. So Simmons out?
No, I'm playing Simmons. Hey, Jay. To me, if I'm OU and I'm the coaches, there's one thing I don't want to happen on Friday night if you lose. I don't want there to be people saying, I regret that decision. And I just think you play Sexton or Barnes and they turn the ball over a lot. Like, to me, there could be some regrets. If it ain't broke, what are you trying to fix? The difference is the offense has been kind of broke.
I could see Sexton being in the rotation as a backup. That's fine. I thought people were saying he's going to play a lot.
Well, Mark's saying in the rotation.
Okay, now that's more of what I'm. Okay, I understand that he's available. Yes, I get that.
Ride the pony that got you there.
Hey,
and it was a one trick pony. Okay, it was a one trick pony. It was all defense. Okay, ride it.
There you go, Wamblero. It's just the Jaron Canick hat.
Dude, that sounded way better. Can you do that? That's way better.
Down here like this, that sounds way better?
Yes.
That's the Jaron Canick hat, Wamblero. Well, what's that song? What's that song from Pink Pony Club? Or is that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, Ride the Pony in that.
But we do have Corks on the line.
Chapel Rowan, maybe.
We got Corks here. What's up, Corks?
Hey, it's been a really good season. How y'all?
Good, man. It's been a great season, man. It'd be great to get another one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we ended the curse or voodoo or bad luck, if you want to call it, against LSU and interim head coach.
That's right.
So let's get away with our third one and win a playoff game, because after we beat Bama, we win in it all.
Hey, you said it. I think you said it last night, Corks, in the chat. Get past this rematch game. Like, to me, and maybe it's just because it's the next game, but it's the one that, as a Sooner fan, scares me kind of more than anything else they could play. And here's why. It's at home. It's a rematch against a familiar foe. You get past this, it's watch out.
Yeah, if we win this one, I think we got it. When you look at the bracket, they kind of did us.
Ohio State scared me.
Oh yeah, but they might not be there when we get to that point.
Correct.
You never know.
That's what I'm saying. Is they kind of did OU a solid if you look at the bracket.
I like to bracket if you can win this first one. I like it. It. And the first one, I mean, it's a team that's not playing. Alabama's not playing very well right now. So
I think this is definitely the best chance we've had since 2008.
Oh, and
I just feel it. I'm not saying we're gonna, but it just feels it.
He's got the feeling.
Like when we went to the playoffs with Baker, I knew we weren't going to win it. You know what I mean?
I thought they may win the whole thing that year.
No, I didn't think they would because I knew how bad the D was. I knew it would affect us.
Yeah,
This team's different when it comes to physicality.
Exactly.
I hope that can get you through. And the other thing is, this season, I mean, Bama had the close game against Auburn that they pulled out. They had another close game, but OU has played close game after close game after close game after close game, the last 4, and come out on top. I think that plays into OU's hands.
That's how you win natties.
It's exactly how you win natties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've taken their lumps over the years, and this year they have finally met the physicality level of what is demanded in this conference, and not just in the conference, but in the postseason. And I think they finally have it. And I know our offense isn't as great as everybody wants, but to me, it's good enough.
Good enough, baby. Grimy and good enough. I hope you're right.
Boomer damn Sooner.
Hey, good to hear from you, Courts, man. Have a good weekend.
The Boars 17-1 when wearing the black hoodie. I hope he wears it again.
BV had a black hoodie on today, and I'm with Fit Trader. I'm taking the under. I'm taking the under.
Oh, I agree. I am as well. I do think Satania can play a huge part on special teams. OU was able to get a couple returns last time, Jay.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I'm going to say something that people might disagree with.
Well, that's what we should do, Jay.
I understand this, what Crystal's saying. I get it. But I'm a firm believer, and I mean firm believer, that a team takes on the mantra of their head coach.
Not their coordinators.
Not the coordinator. Now, BV's a coordinator on defense, but he's also the head coach. Just like if you have an offensive-minded coach, usually your team takes on the offensive-minded mentality. It's just kind of – and I've been the one to say that could be part of their offensive struggle right now, is he's a defensive guy. And I think it's very hard to have one head coach that's so good at one side of the ball to have both sides be good, because I think your practices kind of tend towards probably go to defense, just like if it was Lincoln Ryan, they go to offense. Maybe your structure's offensive guy. I mean, maybe your recruiting is more defensive heavy. I mean, look at OU over the last few years. Where's it been, Jerm?
Defense.
Recruiting, too.
Trenches.
I mean, yeah, so I think you take on the mindset of your head coach.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
hey, Randy, Georgia's playing really well. Okay. Hey, now, Crystal.
I understand what you're saying, Chris. I understand.
If OU would have had a defense, yes. I mean, but I do agree with what you're saying, Jason.
BB got ran out of town when he was here. People wanted him gone.
I agree with what you're saying, Jason. And I'm going to tell you that even OU last year, they took on the mentality of the head coach. Their record wasn't good, but go watch them. They were physical. They were physical last year, even though they lost games.
And here would be my argument to this, Michael. I agree. I know what you're saying. Listen, BV can coach defense like no other. He would have been really good defensive coordinator with Lincoln Riley. That's not what I'm saying. Believe me. They probably would have won a championship. I guarantee you they probably would have with Riley. I understand that. I'm not denying they wouldn't have. But what I'm saying is, like, when I think of Dabo Swinney, I don't think of him as a great play caller.
No.
He's kind of a head coach. What I'm saying are the ones that are just so heavy on one side of the ball as a head coach is all I'm saying. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that very well?
What about Kirby Smart?
I mean, he's a big defensive guy, and they've won championships.
But I will say this, Georgia's offense hasn't been like –
they haven't been just blowing – I mean, they don't score 30, 40 a game, do they?
No, even when they won natties, Jay.
That's what I'm saying. I think you can't have best of both. You can have –
Georgia won natties with the same recipe OU is. The difference is Georgia could run the ball a lot better during those years.
Yeah.
I mean, they had studs at tailback.
And hey, Michael, I don't disagree what you and Chris are saying. I understand if BB was on staff with Lincoln Riley, they would have won a champ. They would have won that championship against that year where they lost to Georgia. I would be pretty confident in it.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get to Boom Tutty's trivia. You want to?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do Boom Tutty's trivia.
Before you get to the trivia question, Boom Tutties, make sure everybody checks out Sugar 66. Man, just great spot there in Tulsa and Catoosa. Freeze-dried candy, pineapple whips, frozen treats, you name it, they probably got it. Check out his Facebook page too at Sugar66. Might be able to see where his mobile unit's at. You can go get it there as well. So one thing I was going to ask 918, send me a little, I need to ask you on the email, but if you got some freeze-dried candy that you ship, man, I'll buy some. I got some gifts I need to give out, and I don't know time frame on that, but anyway, just hit me up. I'd be interested to know if you ship any of that type of stuff. I know you obviously can't do some treats, but let's see here. Is Boom Tutty's dropped it yet? I don't think he's dropped it. We can make sure he's on here still. Thanks,
Nate's going to send the link in the Discord unless
I know. That's perfect. Okay. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Let's see if Boom Tutty's drops.
We'll give Boom Tutty's a minute to pop the trivia question in there.
If not, I'll get a trivia. But
so outside of Javvante Barnes, Jay,
yeah,
and I only mentioned Javvante Barnes because people mentioned him earlier today. Outside of him, is there a guy that hasn't played in a while that you think could play and be on the field when they haven't been most of the year? Like the only guy I can think of,
Keontae Lewis or something.
The only thing I could think of would be like a Sexton who has to come in because of an injury. Like if there's an injury or something, I think you're going to see Sexton. I don't think he's going to play much outside of that.
Here's the trivia question: only one left-footed kicker has ever won the Lou Groza Award. Who was he, and what team did he play on? Wow, that's a good question. I do not know the answer.
Morton Anderson was left-footed, but I don't think he was a Lou Groza winner.
I don't know.
Morton Anderson was left-footed.
I'll take 918 on this one, see if he gets it.
Now, Tim Duncan was a lefty, but he definitely wasn't a Lou Groza winner.
You know what? I like this question from Adam. We'll talk about this after we get the answer. But I like what BV said today.
Janikowski for Florida State might be it.
That's a great answer.
Sebastian Janikowski might be it.
That might be it. Now, are we expecting the offense to show a bit more than previously? I like what BB's talking today. He was like, this is playoffs. He was like, you don't have any other games. Like, and we don't go into these games worried if we're going to lose. That's not a mentality we have. It's a mentality of going there and win and take it. I love that mentality.
Now, was this a trick question when he said, who was he and what team did he play on? And the answer is Tate Sandell.
Well, I thought he said outside of Sandell, wasn't it?
He didn't say outside of it. It's already been answered.
Wait, it wasn't. I thought the trivia question other than Tate Sandell.
It did not say other than, so maybe it was Sandell being the first.
Oh, well, it's Sandell. Man. The way he worded it, I thought he was talking about other than him. Wow.
We're over here throwing Sebastian Janikowski and Morton Anderson's names out.
Well, I thought that everybody knows it would be Sandell. He just won it, but I thought he was saying outside of him. That's crazy.
Hopefully they limit the RPO as well now. Hey, Ty Simpson said something interesting today. There was nothing wrong with it. He said, we're Alabama. We expect to be in this game, and this crowd's not going to do anything to us.
Yeah, he's
pretty confident for a guy who's not playing well. Oh, my gosh. R. Mason's going to be fired up. R. Mason's practicing right now.
Oh, he didn't look like he was limping at all, did he?
Oh, my goodness. R. Mason Thomas is going to be like kicked out of a freaking shot out of a cannon on that first third down play. Oh, my goodness.
Glowing like an angel, Germ. Hey,
how
important is this? And
talks like an angel. Walks like an angel. Yeah, go ahead.
How important is it for OU to start off with the lead early? Is it a big deal?
I think it is.
I do too.
Oh, it was Janikowski.
There it is. Way to go.
FSU.
There it is. Hey, I think it's very important because I think the crowd's going to be awesome, but the last thing you need is for them to take the wind out of the crowd cells right away.
Hey, Colin, do you listen to – tell me you listen to KREF without telling me you listen to KREF.
Yeah, we did talk about that earlier. And the answer to this right here?
None. Zero. Nada.
None. You got the guy that needs to give the pregame speech right there in the locker room. His name is Brent Venables.
You're not subbing out BV for anyone else.
We go through the narrow gate. Narrow game.
One shot, one kill.
No, you say one shot. They say
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
That's
this the hard way.
That's who I want.
I want to know how dude has a voice.
I don't know. Hey, he drops the trivia and he drops the super. Wow, Boom
Dude's
Tutties.
elite.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Boom Tutties. One shot, one kill.
And BV said it in the OU DNA thing. You know what's? He's not wrong. OU hasn't played their best yet. Have not played a good game. All rounds, all three phases.
Crystal, I would be pretty confident whoever gets a double-digit lead, they win the game.
At any point, a team that leads by 10, the game's over, you're saying?
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think
if Alabama jumps up 10-0, I'm thinking that's trouble for Oklahoma. We got breaking news here. Tennis girl may be Bevo.
No chance. Tennis girl's smarter than Bevo. Hey, prepared to die but never will. That's something we used to say all the time in the Marine Corps. Hey, appreciate your service.
Yeah, that's great, man. Well, I mean, we could answer if it's Bevo. All we would have to do to know if it's Bevo, ask him a trivia question about Texas. They wouldn't know the answer. They wouldn't know the answer.
We can see if it's Bevo. Call in, tennis girl. Otherwise, we'll say you're Bevo because Bevo would never call in.
One shot. One man, that's elite stuff, man.
Wait, who said something about a complete game on offense?
Jackson says they're going to have a complete game on offense. I don't.
So, okay, and then Corks asks a question. Yeah, and Tennis Girl says she has a channel, so it's not Bevo. She has a channel.
I know. Hey, I know it's not Bevo. I was just playing around.
She does YouTube content, man. Hey, Jay. So define a complete game for OU's offense. Give me numbers. Give me points. Give me what a complete. Look, I'm foreign to the game of football. Okay, I don't. People have said on here, you guys don't know ball. So Jay, for someone who doesn't know ball like me, tell me, a guy who I need to know what ball is. Tell me what a complete game on offense is for the Sooners Friday night.
Complete game would be about 200 yards passing.
Okay.
About over 150 rushing.
Okay.
No turnovers.
Okay.
And the most important stat of all, more points than the other team, period.
Well, I think you're right on 3 out of 4. More points than the other team has nothing to do with the offense.
Well, I think it does. Win the game.
If they do what you just said, 250 yards in the air, 100 to 150 yards on the ground, no turnovers, they're going to get points.
That's a good one, though. Sustaining drives, long drives. Like they got to need some.
Well, hey, one of the biggest things OU's got to do is get out of their way. They cannot have pre-snap penalties, and they can't throw passes behind the line of scrimmage and lose 5 to 7 yards. You can't.
Yeah, I agree, but I also agree with Jackson here because, I mean, let's just go back to the last few games. LSU and Missouri, how many drives did they have outside of the big plays? Like just drives.
Correct.
If it weren't for the big plays, they'd have been in trouble. They had big plays, though. But here's something that nobody's really talked about, and I am going to talk about it tonight, okay?
I've got rhythm.
Hey.
I've got son. I've got friends who could ask for anything more. Remember that song?
Yeah,
I've got rhythm.
It didn't sound anything like that.
Huh?
It didn't sound anything like you're singing.
Okay.
We haven't really talked about it that much, but the last game out, Mateer did throw for over 300 yards.
Try 380.
That's what I'm saying. That's a positive. He had the
try
turnovers.
380.
But they did put up some passing numbers.
But he had 3 turnovers. That's the issue.
You can't turn the ball over and win games, Jeremy. Juan Blero, this one, the only way, listen, I'm just going to tell you right now, Juan Blero, get it out of your mind. The only way the Trumpet's coming back is one reason and one reason only. National championship, and they win it. That thing has been a curse. We're
it's
not
a
bringing
curse,
that,
man. Even
hey, let me tell people a story. We used to have watch parties at our house, okay? And this started back in 99 when Bob Stoops came back because our whole family, big OU fans, we felt OU's back, baby. So in 2000, we started these watch parties. And these watch parties consisted of all our family, extended family, aunts, uncles, probably about 20, 25 of us friends. We'd all bring chili, soup, whatever, have big potluck. And here's the thing. We had 2 trumpets, a drummer. I don't remember what else.
Trombone.
Two drummers, trombone. We had a whole band. OU score. We play the fight song. People clapping around. It was awesome. But we had one superstition that year. Every game we had a watch party at, we added a TV. So national championship game, we had 13 TVs going. Because what we would do is we'd have them on different games throughout the year. But we just kept adding because we didn't want to break the superstition. They hadn't lost a game. And I'm believing the same thing with this trumpet. That trumpet is not coming back.
No, not just that. Farm Nate's right. The week of the Texas game, what we did, and then
What you did, not me, you.
I vaguely remember, sadly, you singing "Shallow."
Well, but
am I wrong?
You started it.
You sang a duet with "Shallow" and OU lost. Okay.
Well, you started it with your thing that you did.
Yeah, never again, guys. I mean,
never again. It's over. We're not doing that again. We looked up. We looked up. We had to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, "Is this what's best for OU football?" It's not. So we moved on.
We made adjustments. Look, last year when I came on this program and played Rocky Top, guys, it can't happen anymore.
Yeah, and it is very good to see Zayas, man.
Zayas, good to see you, I didn't even see him on here, Jay.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Been a while. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family's well. Brent Venable was about to sing Many Men. Hey, Germ, I was talking to Hunter earlier. He's dead on with this. And why do they feel like Many Men should just be played once? Play that thing all night.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
it's obvious. It's obvious that the players love it. Play it on a 4th down play. Play it on a 3rd down play. Get that thing rocking.
Crimson X360. In my opinion, I'll say it now. I'll say it tomorrow. I'll say it Wednesday. I'll say it Thursday. I'll say it Friday. I'll say it whenever. There cannot and there will not be a better or more electric atmosphere than Friday night in OU's past. You can talk about the Tech game. Man, this will be the top atmosphere because it's the biggest game in the history of OU football at Norman, Oklahoma. I think it's going to be so ramped up, it's going to be psychotic.
I had people in the mentions, like on the comments of our last couple of YouTube lives, that when we've done these, and on TikTok, we put a clip out about you talking about the atmosphere. And there were comments, and a lot of people are saying OU Notre Dame 2000 will be better. That they think it was better. More important game.
Wait, what? 2000?
I know. 2000 game. Yes. Remember, game day was back there. They thought that atmosphere is comparable to what you're walking into on Friday. I just think this is different. It's playoffs, man. This is a whole different animal. It's the first time in the history of OU football you've had a playoff game at home.
And the crowd can absolutely make a difference.
Oh, they definitely can make a difference. But got to be rowdy early. And here's the thing. The game starts at 7. Tailgating starts at 7 a.m. Okay? 7 a.m. And I have no clue on this. And you talk about silence. There's been nothing.
You don't bring anything up like that.
No. Hey, maybe the last 5 minutes, let me ask you this question. You saw Kalen DeBoer. You got asked about it multiple times today about the Michigan job. Is he going to leave? Whatever.
Yeah, the 99 game was in Notre Dame. I don't remember Notre Dame in 2000. That's why I questioned you all ago.
I said Nebraska.
No, you said Notre Dame. That's
I said Nebraska.
I'll bet you my life right now.
I promise you I said Nebraska.
Okay, you're wrong. You said Notre Dame, and that's when I was like in 90.
I said Nebraska game.
You did it, Jason.
Yes, I did.
What do you want to bet me right now?
Replay it.
What do you want to bet me right now?
Jared, I'm not going to bet, but I'm. Wow, I said Notre Dame.
Yeah. Why do you think I stopped you and you're like, no, Jared?
Look who it is. Oh my gosh, breaking news. Look who it is.
Wait, Hunter's watching this thing. He's on it.
Wow.
Welcome, Hunter. Hey, people got questions for you, Hunter.
And he said Germ's right. Germ, he came on there and said, you're right.
Dude, I love it.
I am so sorry.
Hunter knows I'm right on that.
My mind is still on Notre Dame, I guess. I'm sorry, guys.
Hey, listen, Jay.
I agree. You'll never be very disappointing.
You will never leave your first love. It's always kind of.
Shut up! Come on now.
The loyalty to the Golden Domers, which makes you a Notre Dame homer.
I'm never going to live this down, dude. Gosh,
it's ridiculous, Corks.
This is a weird night. We got Zayas and Hunter both back. I mean, this is It's like Twilight Zone stuff, Germ.
Well, this is the OGs, man.
Hey, here's what I was going to
Fans
ask.
want more, Hunter.
Here's what I was going to ask. Kalen DeBoer got asked about it today. Okay. Is it weird to you that Michigan hasn't made a hire?
What?
What?
No, it's not weird.
Why?
Who's going to hire Pogge?
Jed Fish is available right now.
Oh, come on.
Dillingham's available.
No, Dillingham said he's not leaving.
Who are they waiting on then?
Several guys out of the playoff, maybe.
If they wait till January to hire somebody, they're toast. That's my point, Corks. This is what I think's happening. If they lose Friday, he's going to Michigan.
I agree.
If they win, they're not getting him. Because they won't wait till after the Rose Bowl to hire him.
Think a guy like John Harbaugh?
No, they're not going after another Harbaugh, Germ.
Why not?
Now, Teresa's a Notre Dame fan. Look at that. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner, folks.
Correct.
I agree, Corks. Get that luggage packed. Pack them bags. Hang on a second.
Hey, I've got a name. He's not going to leave Chicago. He's tearing it up, man. Ben Johnson would have been a great Michigan coach.
He's an NFL guy.
Yeah, I'm saying I think he would have made a great NFL college coach.
Why would he go to the college?
He's not. I said I think he would have made a great coach.
Now, Jenna says maybe an NFL coordinator.
And 918 says Jesse Minter.
It's going to be somebody clean as a whistle. I'll tell you that right now.
I agree.
Wow. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
No, Dillingham was crying because he's so all in
Yeah,
on
Josh Pate thinks he still might be the guy. Now, I'm glad Playmaker brought this name up. This is a name that is thrown out every time there's a coaching search. Every time.
There is no way a Michigan program can hire a guy who's not been a head coach.
I don't think they would. And I have no clue, Corks. Haven't seen him in a while. I agree. They probably need to.
You had a duel with him, and he hadn't been back.
That's true. The last time he was on there, Corks, you were on the phone with him.
OU's defense against an opposing offense. Like, they just don't. They're done. They're done for.
Corks got on there and hasn't been back. We did that double caller that night. Corks, I guess, sent his bags packing. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Hey, guys. It's been another fun night. We even hear from Zias and Hunter on here tonight. Hey, thanks so much for the supers from Boom Tutty 61, from a couple of others, Jay. It's been a good night.
Josh Crenshaw, I think.
Josh Crenshaw. If you're new here, be here every night at 9:30. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like. If you're not new here, hit the like and show back up tomorrow. We know you will, because you guys are faithful followers, and we appreciate you very much. Jay, you said Notre Dame.
Mark, I know I said it. Everybody's correcting me. I was wrong, okay? Here's what I'm more surprised at. That the dude sitting right across from me didn't correct me. Odd.
I tried.
You would think a photographic memory would have said, photographic memory. Oh, they didn't play Notre Dame in 2000, Jay. But no.
I tried to. And by the way.
No, you didn't try to. You didn't try to anything.
I tried stopping you. I was like, Notre Dame.
No, you didn't even say Notre Dame. You didn't say Notre Dame.
Hey, Jay, I'm not sitting across from you.
You know what you were thinking? You were thinking, did they play Notre Dame in 2000?
They didn't. And I went through the schedule like, no, they didn't.
No, you should have jumped in and said something, but you didn't.
Oh, I absolutely did. You're trying to backtrack. Hey, Jay, I'm not sitting across from you. I'm in another state, bud.
You're right across from me on the computer screen, so it is what it is.
Man, yeah. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a terrific Tuesday. Jay, go watch Rudy. Jeez.
See ya.
Unreal, man.